It's been 3 weeks since the first Ukrainian drone struck deep into Russian territory, kicking off a wave of long-range attacks that have shaken the foundations of Russia's energy backbone. In less than a month, Ukraine has knocked out nearly 13.5% of Russia's refining capacity. And with each passing day, the strikes become bolder, more daring, and more damaging. Today, we're going to look at how this ongoing offensive is slowly strangling Russia's war machine. What does Ukraine's recent assault on a key Russian fuel depot tell us about their evolving strategy? How is Putin responding, and what are the implications for both sides as this conflict enters its sixth year? You're watching this channel. The latest flare-up began around August when Russian air defenses suddenly faced a surge of activity. According to Moscow's tally, between August and August alone, it shot down over 70 Ukrainian drones, most of them targeting locations deep within Russian territory. The attacks weren't limited to a single front or region. Instead, they covered hundreds of miles from north to south. They targeted sites as far away as St. Petersburg, Novgorod, Olynia, Bryansk, Kursk, Voronezh, Belgorod, Rostov-on-Don, and Volgograd. Among the prominent targets were 2 strategic air bases, 2 oil refineries, 6 major gas facilities, and 1 chemical plant. It was like Ukraine had unleashed a swarm of hornets and Russia struggled to contain the blitz. One of the most spectacular attacks unfolded in Yefimovka, a town in the Tulare or Oblast, about 500 miles from the Ukrainian border. There, a vital natural gas compressor station situated near the Santok pipeline sustained considerable damage. Video footage captured the aftermath of the strike with plumes of smoke billowing over a landscape littered with twisted metal and ruptured equipment. The Santok pipeline is crucial for transporting gas from western Siberia to China, and while Ukraine didn't directly claim responsibility for the attack, its impact on Russia's energy infrastructure was undeniable. It wasn't just about halting gas shipments to China. It also affected local supplies within the Tulare or Oblast itself, highlighting the ripple effects of the strikes. But perhaps no attack resonated as loudly as the assault on the Kolomna oil refinery in the Moscow region. Dubbed the largest of its kind in Russia, this facility plays a pivotal role in supplying jet fuel to Russia's aerospace forces. The timing couldn't have been more critical. As the war in Ukraine intensifies, the demand for aviation fuel reaches unprecedented levels. Russia's insatiable appetite for jets, helicopters, and missile launches requires a steady stream of refined petroleum. And the Kolomna refinery stands as a linchpin in this logistical dance. Its strategic importance is underscored by its proximity to Moscow's Vnukovo International Airport, a hub that caters to both civilian and military aircraft. To many, the refinery serves as a literal lifeline, ensuring that Russia's warplanes stay fueled and operational. When Ukraine targeted this facility, it wasn't just about inflicting damage, it was about sending a clear message. A message that reverberated through Russia's corridors of power. It was a reminder that the Kremlin's vulnerabilities extend far beyond Ukraine's borders. In response, Russia has retaliated with its own wave of missile and drone strikes on Kyiv, creating a dangerous tit-for-tat cycle. But Ukraine's offensive hasn't stopped. Just days after the first barrage, another set of attacks emerged, this time focused on the Russian city of Korolyov, located in the Moscow Oblast, around 11 miles northeast of the capital. 2 significant aerospace industry facilities became the focal point. The impact was substantial. According to Russian authorities, the strikes resulted in the loss of nearly 150,000 square feet of production facilities, a substantial blow given the strategic value of the industries housed there. The affected sites include the Progress Rocket Space Center and the 14th Research and Production Association, named after academician V.P. Makiv. These institutions play a pivotal role in designing and manufacturing rocket and space technology, contributing significantly to Russia's military and civilian space programs. The disruption caused by the attacks could have far-reaching implications for Russia's aerospace ambitions. But Ukraine's drones didn't stop at Korolyov. Their next destination was Volgograd, a city of strategic importance situated about 280 miles north of the Sea of Azov. The target was one of Russia's largest oil refineries, a cornerstone of the city's industrial landscape. This facility isn't just an economic hub, it's a vital source of fuel for Russia's war efforts. Aviation fuel produced here plays a crucial role in keeping Russian planes in the air. And with the war raging in Ukraine, the demand for such fuel has skyrocketed. This refinery serves as a critical link in Russia's logistical chain, ensuring that the fuel needed to sustain military operations is refined and distributed effectively. However, as of August, the situation at the refinery was far from stable. Initial reports suggested that Ukrainian drones had sparked a fire, causing significant disruptions to its operations. Yet the true extent of the damage remained shrouded in mystery. Official statements from both sides offered glimpses but refrained from divulging specifics. Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed that its air defense systems had neutralized all 11 Ukrainian drones, asserting that the fire was caused by debris. On the other hand, Ukrainian officials neither confirmed nor denied the attacks, choosing to keep their cards close to their chest. However, the fog of misinformation dissipated when satellite imagery revealed the extent of the damage. The images captured the aftermath of the drone strikes, showcasing a charred landscape that bore testament to the intensity of the attack. The strategic significance of the event was underscored by the fact that this wasn't an isolated incident. Since the start of the year, Ukraine has embarked on a relentless campaign to disrupt Russia's energy infrastructure. Key oil depots, refineries, and pipelines have been frequent targets. Perhaps most audacious was the July 4th attack on the Taman Peninsula in Russia's Krasnodar Krai. Here, near the Kerch Bridge connecting Russia and occupied Crimea, a massive oil storage facility bore the brunt of Ukrainian drones. As much as 80,000 tons of oil was ablaze, casting an eerie glow against the backdrop of Russia's Black Sea Fleet headquarters. This symbolic strike not only disrupted Russia's logistical capabilities, but also served as a potent reminder of Ukraine's determination to strike at the heart of Russia's war machine. So what is Ukraine's endgame here? Is it merely to inflict damage, or is there a deeper strategic objective? According to analysts, Ukraine is pursuing a multi-pronged strategy aimed at gradually eroding Russia's ability to wage war. The drone attacks on refineries are a part of this broader scheme. They seek to cripple Russia's capacity to produce and distribute fuel, a vital resource for sustaining military operations. By taking out refineries, Ukraine is essentially choking off the supply of jet fuel, diesel, and gasoline that Russia's army and warplanes depend on. Each refinery that goes offline represents a blow to Russia's war effort. But the impact goes beyond the immediate military ramifications. Fuel prices have been steadily climbing in Russia, mirroring the escalating cost of Ukraine's drone campaign. The Kremlin's attempts to shield its citizens from the fallout have only done so much to stem the tide. Ordinary Russians are feeling the pinch at the gas pumps. And as the war drags on, so will the financial strain. Yet, despite these setbacks, Putin shows no signs of backing down. His rhetoric remains defiant, his grip on power unchallenged. He continues to portray the war as a necessary evil, a crusade against the West. The Kremlin's propaganda machine churns out daily narratives designed to glorify the war and demonize the West. But the effectiveness of these narratives is increasingly under scrutiny. As the war enters its sixth year, Russians are starting to ask questions. How much longer will this conflict drag on? When will the pain end? Will the promises of victory ever materialize? Such doubts are unsettling for the Kremlin. They threaten the legitimacy that has held the war together. Now all eyes are on the east, particularly the Donbass region where Ukrainian forces are preparing a major counteroffensive. Recent events suggest that this counteroffensive won't be a conventional battle of tanks and artillery. It will be a war of attrition, a strategic campaign designed to gradually wear down Russia's resources. The outcome will hinge on endurance, a test of which side can hold out longer. As this conflict enters a critical phase, one thing is clear: Ukraine's drone campaign has thrown a wrench into Putin's plans. The Kremlin's inability to stop these attacks exposes vulnerabilities that go beyond military defense. It highlights a struggle for dominance not just on the battlefield but in the realm of strategy and innovation as well. And as long as Ukraine can keep refining its tactics, Putin's nightmare isn't over yet. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified every time we upload a new video. We've got a lot more in the works. See you in the next one.